right, thank you so much for that introduction. Yes, my name is Konception. This is Bugsnax. It's an incredible game. I can't wait to show it off to you. First, I do have a wonderful commentator. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Ness _ yet again, most influential gamer of all time. I'm ready to snack on some bugs, or however this game goes.
However this game goes, indeed. I also have my little Strabby friend here attached to my mic, joining us today, so we're gonna have a good old time with these Bugsnax. I believe, unless there was any sweeping last-minute quick changes, that the journalist color choice was orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that.
I'm pretty sure we are good with orange.
Yes, orange indeed. So that's the that's going to be the color of our main character. We are the journalist, but we can get into a little bit of the lore when we do that. So I'm actually going to start the game, and then I'll count it down because the timer starts as we load into the game. So here we go, and 3, 2, 1, go. There we are. All right, so yeah, this is Bugsnax. So we want to talk a little bit about it in general while I start with probably the hardest jump of the game here, Ness.
Yeah, so Bugsnax is this cool, neat, nifty little indie game where you play as this journalist, you know, on a trek to Snacktooth Island to interview some people, have a good time, and then come back and just continue your job. Where you just meet friends, snack on bugs. Nothing can possibly go wrong, right? Especially with a stormy intro sequence like this. Nothing can possibly go wrong. All these jumps are developer intended. Nothing is going wrong. And we meet our first friend, Philbo. Who, I love this guy.
Yes, the mayor,
incredible.
the mayor, the de facto mayor of what will be Snacksburg, but you haven't seen Snacksburg yet, but you will.
Yeah, so, if you've heard the Karaoke Benito song, this game's pretty simple. It's just,
Anywho, I'm sure that
catching Bugsnax in your trip, running around. That's kind of it. It's really hard to describe other than just that. It's pretty straightforward. Just catch stuff, have a good time. A lot of the intro is pretty straightforward because it's just teaching you about like how these different snacks have different patterns. Just catching them as fast as possible, feeding them to Philbo. In other categories that allow bigger skips, you don't actually have to do this. There's a more extended like intro skip where you can get past some bushes that Philbo goes to break. But in this category, you have to do all the quests. So all the main quests, I guess.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for Philbo to break these.
through here.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Still having a good time.
Yeah, still
With meeting friends, catching snacks.
Yeah, meeting friends, catching snacks. I alluded to it a little bit. The hardest jump in the game is the very first one you make, and I did miss it. But missing it and then getting the backup only wastes about 3 seconds, so it's not the end of the world. But you might have noticed as well, I did walk on an invisible barrier. So there is no major skips, but there is one skip that is allowed and no major skips, which is to skip an intro cutscene, which saves about like 3 minutes or so. Which is what we do by walking on that invisible barrier into the first section. It's the only real skip that's allowed in this category.
Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty vanilla experience. So, yeah, the beginning of the game is pretty much the same in all the categories. You want to shoot some ketchup to get this bunger in this like little corral, and then you shoot another ketchup to lure this bunger over to this part of the like map to make it hit the other bunger, and then you can catch both the shish kabugs pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's some tough words in there.
Yeah, all these snacks are so hard to say.
Yeah, there's some hard ones.
Yeah.
I will note, yeah, we did a pretty good time-saving measure with that Frieder there. Want to talk a little bit about that skip too?
Yeah. So, what Konception did when he caught the Frieder was he placed the trap down and then closed it, stood on top of it, so it kind of gets pushed down into the floor. And he lined it up with the cycle enough so that when he opens it, it's going to kind of be pushed through the floor a little bit, and there's a Frieder underneath, since it's kind of like a cave. It's like the overhang part of the cave, and you can barely catch the Frieder, and stay on like the cycle. So he caught it and then immediately just like booked it to catch the shish bug and other bunker.
Yeah, doing that way as opposed to luring it from the top of the cave to the bottom and then catching it that way saves probably like, if I had to guess, like 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah, especially if the fighter doesn't really want to cooperate, because it just can't sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be really good with the cycles there, or else the fighter will move out of range of the trap, so it won't help that much. You'll have to jump down and catch it normally anyway. That does mess up all the other cycles that you try to set up there in Garden Grove too. Fun fact as well about that Garden Grove section. So like there's a lot of main categories, the main 3 being any %, no major skips, and then 100%. For whatever reason, Garden Grove is the only area in the entire game that you can't like get into a loading zone early. So it's one of the only areas in the game that you have to do the same every time, no matter what category we're on. Also, we're just gonna get in Philbo's face here a little bit.
If you don't do this, are you really a Bugsnax runner?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things you have to do when you run Bugsnax, and that is one of them. You have to get in Philbo's face.
Yeah. So we're just doing an interview. We pick all the fastest options. But Konception's just doing an interview real quick, just because we are journalists. We have to conduct interviews. We have to solve this mystery and stuff,
Yeah, we're coming here. We're coming here. We're learning about Bugsnax. We're studying the people who have moved to the island, but also there is this whole underlying mystery where their leader, whose name is Lisbeth, disappeared, and we don't know where she went. So we're also trying to figure out where it is that she went to as well.
Yeah. Also, something I think is very, very important to note. Konception is playing on the PlayStation 5 version of the game. Which, for the most part, is very similar to the PC version of the game. It's on a different patch, so he's not able to fast travel, because in the PC version, with the patch that it's on, as soon as you visit an area, you're able to fast travel to it, and he can't do that. And also, he can't scroll text as quickly, because you can bind like text skipping to the scroll wheel, so that's something really fast that a lot of people do.
Yep. In no major skips, it doesn't really affect much, the text scrolling option, and 100% it affects it actually quite a bit, because you miss a few key cycles that you cannot get without having the really fast text scrolling. From my memory, I think it only ruins 1 cycle in this game, and it only ruins it by like 3 or 4 seconds, so it's not really a lot of difference besides the actual speed at which the text can scroll.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of compensating for like the game running a little bit more.
Plus, see your...
I know categories like 100% and like all Bugsnax, there's a bit more routing you have to do, but for all the other categories, it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. So one main objective that we have to do, one main quest, is we have to get people to return to Snaxburg. So basically, after Lisbeth left, everyone kind of fractured. Without a leader, they lost direction, they lost control kind of, and they all kind of just went their own separate ways. So what we're going to be doing is basically doing a lot of main quests that revolve around the different grumpuses, which is what these furry humanoid creatures are called. Where we're going to be doing quests for them in order to get them to return back to Snaxburg, and then once we all get them all back and trying to help solve the mystery of what happened to Lisbeth, that's kind of the main quest line. Get them all back, figure out what happened to Lisbeth, and then go from there.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen this area played in so long. I have no idea what happens here.
Oh, quite a bit. So a lot in these first sections basically revolve around the same pattern, which is we'll enter into a new area. There will be 2 grumpuses that occupy the area, which are actually the 2 in front of us right now, Gramble and Wiggle. The other one, whose name is Floofty, we will encounter them later on. That was just like a little bonus one. But yeah, so basically what it'll be is there'll be 2 grumpuses in a new area, one of which we can get to return all at once, and then the other one we can do most of their quests besides one, which would involve Bugsnax from an area we haven't been to yet. Then we'll have to come back. So for example, in this one, we can get all of Gramble's quests done, and then we'll have to do most of Wiggle's quest until we go into a new area, catch a couple of Bugsnax that she requires in that area, and then come back and turn those into her. We also have a new tool here, the Buggy Ball. get to. We're meant to run the buggy ball through an extensive maze to figure out how to use it. But as long as you target the end of the maze, then you don't have to do that. You can just, the ball will just roll the maze on its own, which is pretty interesting. All right, still want the chocolate. All right, so we're catching.
Actually,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
no, you go.
I was gonna say, the way that the game introduces areas and making you backtrack for stuff is really good because when you visit new areas, you get a lot more tools. So you can use those tools to help you catch more Bugsnax. So it makes it a lot easier once you like return to catch stuff. If you played the game casually, you kind of might have noticed that. So stuff like would benefit a lot from tools like the tripwire one.
The tripwire one, yeah, there would be a lot of benefits. And also, what makes the game interesting in that same regard is that when you do return to areas, there will be new Bugsnax that are not there the first time you come through. So it makes it interesting that way too.
Yeah, there's also time-dependent ones too. So there's a lot of like reason to just go back and do stuff.
Yeah, there's time of day dependent ones, or there's even very rare few cases of weather dependent ones and stuff like that too. All right, so we're gonna try something that probably one of the most difficult things to do in this run actually, which is to get these Queebles to cooperate. Yeah, which one already chose not to. Come on back.
Yeah, this quest is really mean just because yeah, you're not supposed to catch them, but you're supposed to bring them all the way over back up to the main starting area. Because Gramble is kind of like a Bugsnax vegan, if you will.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, a pacifist. He wants to be friends with Bugsnax. He wants to have like a sanctuary for Bugsnax. He doesn't want to eat them. So we have to instead of catching them in the traps, we have to get those Queebles to come on back on their own. But that wasn't too bad, honestly.
And their AI can just be kind of mean.
Yeah, and so with the way we lure them too is to use that buggy ball, and then we put it with chocolate, which is one of their favorite sauces. But the downside is that it's a lot of bugs' favorite sauces in that area. So if you wait a little bit too long, like for example the Crapple, which is the crab apple one, will also like try and pick up your ball and mess with you. So it gets unfortunate.
Yeah. But this category, for the most part, is pretty straightforward. So yeah, you have to get pretty much everyone back. There's a little bit of backtracking, but after you get a few people back, every so often there's gonna be this thing called a party, where you just have a good time and party, and it's definitely not just 5 minutes at least of unskippable cutscene. Definitely.
Yeah. So these are. Yeah. So there are going to be 4 parties in the game. This is being the first of the 4. Now this one is significantly shorter than the other ones. But basically, just like Ness said, whenever we get a few of the Grumpuses to return, then Filbo gets excited and wants to throw a party to celebrate. And then usually these are meant for exposition for stories, so we'll get some cutscenes, we'll learn a little bit more about the characters and stuff like that. And they're most of them are interactive in some way. We have to pick up stuff, we have to do some little quest or something like that. But they're glorified interactive cutscenes. There's not really much going on. Like, I just had to talk to a few people, and then for my own sake, I grabbed some extra sauce I might need later, and now I'm trying to stack cups on a fire because I'm just waiting for this to end. Can't really
do one thing all runners have to do.
Yep, in this category. Now there are any percent skips every party, so that's nice. 100% you still have to do all 4 of the parties, unfortunately, because you have to do all of the quests, and this is one of the main quests. Yeah, and then me and Ness have, mainly Ness honestly, have been workshopping a new category that's called All Bosses, which is it still utilizes a lot of skips, so we end up skipping most of the parties. And then we get to see a few more of like the really fun legendary Bugsnax fights that you wouldn't normally get to see in No Major Skips run or something like that. So if you don't want to see those cutscenes, we're working on that category.
Yeah, it's about the same length as this run actually, but there's so much more content.
Yeah, so much more stuff, so much more fun things to do, and things you get to explore. That one's gonna fall out. Let's see if I can tell. All right, that'll be good, but it probably landed up top. We'll see. Did I even attract that?
I don't think it did.
Come on. Nope, it's still right there. That's good. You, come on, Spuddy. I just need you to open this door for me. There we go.
It was so close. I thought it was gonna count.
So close, but just not quite close enough, unfortunately. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of like catches that are not intended, though not the intended way to do them, but we're gonna do them because they're faster. Just like that cheap poof. You're not supposed to put a trap on top of a cactus, and this one as well. Not supposed to just throw a trap through the air like that. You're supposed to use a tool that we're gonna get here in a second. Same thing with this one here. There we go. Just using the geometry to our advantage in catching things way earlier than we would be able to. But we got a new area, which means we got some new grumpuses.
Hello, today's friend. Oh.
This one is Cromdo. Cromdo is, as I always describe, the used car salesman of grumpuses. He tries to, like, you know, rip off, scam people a lot of times. He's not.
Did he steal something one time?
Yeah, he's been known to steal some stuff. We'll just put it that way.
What?
But we also have a new tool, which is the lunch pad. Maybe one of the tools that we use the most in this run, honestly, besides the actual snack traps.
The best tool?
Yeah, I like. Yeah,
me.
The lunch pad is a really, really good one. It even has some speed tech involved with it, which you can actually super launch yourself and get some speed boosts. It's a lot harder to do on console than it is to do on PC, mainly because PC, well, that's fine. PC is able to use key bindings to drop traps a lot easier than console does. I have to like cycle through a wheel and all that, and I can't pull out traps as easy as PC can. But I can still do it. It doesn't end up saving a lot of time because you have to take a longer time to set up the launch pad and then, you know, hopefully launch yourself forward. And then you could still fail it because it's a tight window in which you can super launch yourself. So doesn't make for easy doings on the console. Alright, so we turn in some quests for Cromdo, but he is the one in this area that we cannot finish this quest line without Bugsnax from another area. Also, we're gonna throw this rock at this Robopede, not to injure it, just to get it off the wall. You know, we're not cruel.
So much still.
We're not cruel. We just need to move it. That's all. Just need to move it.
Imagine seeing like a bug on your wall and just like throwing a rock at it.
A boulder, really. Like not even like, oh, let me pick up a pebble. It's like, let me find the biggest rock from my driveway or something.
Let me jackhammer my driveway and just throw a big chunk at this like centipede.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so this next part is one of the trickier parts. So Triffany needs to run to this next area anyway. So while we're doing that, we're going to try and come over here. I scared one away, so that didn't work out well. And we're going to try and catch a Poptic. It's tricky for a couple reasons. One, they're very skittish, so they run away very fast, as you just saw. But two, there's another Bugsnax up there called the Scorpiano that if a trap enters its vicinity, it'll throw Fireball at it. So you have to throw the trap down and pick it up really fast, or you're gonna it's gonna catch on fire and then you can't even hold it. I missed that one. I'm just gonna go turn in the quest then.
Yeah, each Bugsnax has a list of things it likes and dislikes, and there's some Bugsnax that just like hate traps.
Which, I mean, like, makes sense. Makes sense, though, because, like, why would they like traps? Oh, no.
Oh, you hit it!
And it disappeared. Oh, no! I'm gonna reload the save and hope that it still popped. Let's see. Poptic's really... No, it's not popped. Jeez. This is really slow. Alright, so...
better than it not being there, so...
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I was hoping... Well, because now, not only do I have to pop it, I have to wait for that fire animation and all that. It's just... It's a process. Huh? What just happened? I did not...
Did it just, like, hate you?
It just didn't like me, I guess. Alright, well, we can throw one here. That'll catch. Alright. Then it's just faster to run back at this point.
I thought you were done for him. Oh, no.
Yeah, we lost a considerable amount of time there, unfortunately. Probably like 45 seconds to close to a minute because they just did not want to cooperate, but that's all right. But yeah, that is part of the RNG sequences here. It's just, you know, getting on these good cycles, but also like figuring out how they behave, and then hopefully they behave the way they're supposed to, but sometimes they don't. Like I just got caught on fire out of nowhere, so. All right, come on. Come on, there we go. Could not get up there for some reason. Sorry about the noise in the background, if you can hear it.
Wiggle, my beloved.
Yeah, Wiggle is a good one. Honestly, they're all good. Oh, no, there we go.
Imagine how inefficient it is to have, like, popcorn ends.
Yeah. Just... Yeah, like, her forearm is a grape, and then, like, her hand is popcorn, and neither of which sound like a good plan. But we've gotten... So there are 12 Grumpuses that we have to get back in total. And I believe we have 6. 7 if you count Philbo now. Well, no, 6 if you count Philbo, that's right. So we gotten a considerable amount of them back, so we're moving relatively quickly. However, this is the party number 2. Party number 2 is the longest, and it has the least to do. So if we have some plugs, donations, incentives, anything that we want to talk about, now is a great time because we got plenty of it.
I've seen something
Nice, we do indeed. We've got a $15 donation from our previous runner, Supersonic, and they say $1 per firework in the Lost Levels run. So here's $15 for the cause. Huge thank you to everyone involved in this event. And thank you very much for that, Supersonic. It is greatly appreciated and great run. And we also have a $5 donation from Young Tonguefish here, who says, Snacks! Also, can we get a bunger? Asking for a friend.
Oh yeah, absolutely. First of all, I am wearing my... I'm going to stand up a little bit. I'm wearing my Bunger t-shirt. You can see that there. So I came dressed to the nines. But yeah, I usually, whenever I do a Bugsnax run in a marathon, and Ness has been a part of this a lot as well, so maybe they'll join in with me. But I will usually throw out my Bunger impression for some donations because it's pretty good. It's a pretty good Bunger impression. And since Young already asked, I'll throw out one here for you. Here we go. Bunger, 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 bunger.
Because the fire's gone out.
Bunger, 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 bunger.
You're right.
Bunger.
Hey, buddy, would you mind picking up some
And
firewood?
if you want to hear more
It's over by
Bungers,
now.
which who doesn't, because Bunger is one of the best Bugsnax in my opinion, then go ahead and get some donations in there, because we love doing it. Well, at least I love doing it. I don't know if Ness does, but I love doing my Bunger impression.
You were saying something about...
I'm down for many other snacks. But I will probably have to open my own game and listen first.
Yeah, we can extend it to other snacks, and then if I remember what their cries are, then I will be glad to try them. Some of them I remember, and some of them I don't. There are 100 of them after all, so there is a lot.
There's so many
Obviously, we're not the
Yeah.
first Grumpuses to make it.
But if you have a particular favorite you want heard, we will try our best.
I've seen those chew.
Absolutely.
I'll even give
around
a
the
Strabby a go. I'll
We
even
all
give it
know
a go.
something kills Grumpuses out there.
My Strabby thanks you for it. Right up here.
Bugsnax don't have teeth.
Love that guy.
Um,
Love that little fella.
I suppose we could talk a little bit about the representation in this game as well, which is very, very good. So like I said, there's 12, really 13 Grumpuses. And then there's a lot of different LGBTQIA2+ representation in this game, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. So for example, we talked a little bit about Lisbert. Lisbert is missing. Lisbert is in a relationship with Eggabell, which is a character we haven't met yet. So that there's some representation there. Floofty, who we saw earlier, who was the purple one with glasses, so not Beffica here in front of us, but the purple one with glasses. They are non-binary, so we get some representation there. We're about to meet 2 new Grumpuses here as well, who are both identify as male and are both in a relationship. So very, very good. Yeah, so it's a refreshing, breath of fresh air, really, for lack of a better term, because it just does not shy away from the representation. One of many reasons why I encourage a lot of people to play this game.
Yeah, the game's representation is sick, and they don't even like I don't know how to describe it. They don't
that.
really
What I
ever
missed?
bring it up like it's an
Can we
abnormal
just
thing.
quit it with
Yeah.
the
It's just
spooky stuff? I don't
it's just
think
there.
I could
It's
get
just
any sleep.
you know. I got the old Lisbert. They just love each other.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Love in there.
yeah, it's love. I mean, people love. It's just a normal thing. So, yeah, it's really well done representation for sure.
Of Bugsnax.
Also worth noting that you can kind of tell, I'm sure, as we've gone through the run as well. Everyone has their own like distinct personality too, and they all have like their character traits and faults and stuff that make them interesting. So we talked about Gramble, who is a Bugsnax pacifist and kind of like a vegan, like Mess said. Wiggle had a one-hit wonder as a musician, and she's very talented, but she cannot find that fame again. She can't, for the life of her, she cannot find it, despite putting out jam after jam, in my opinion, because she performs really well. She cannot get back on there. Wambus is a farmer. He farms sauce as an alternative food source as well, but he's also very interesting because he's not the stereotypical like bumble farmer, you know. He's very like intelligent and wise and stuff like that. Very cool. His wife, who is Triffany, is an archaeologist, so she studies like the history and the bones and stuff like that. Bethka is really likes social media and gossip and stuff like that, so that's her deal. And then Philbo's like the lovable leader, quote unquote. And then we're gonna meet some new interesting ones coming up soon.
And it's only a matter of time.
I love the next ones. Oof.
Yeah, the next two that we're gonna meet, real good. Probably a fan favorite. So at least in my chat, fan favorites. So we're gonna meet some
Fan
good ones.
favorites in my heart.
Also, the section in which you unlock them is a particularly fun one, I think. You get to do some interesting tricks. Well, not tricks. I don't know what you call them. I guess they're tricks, but they're not like skips or anything. They're just unintended uses of tools and Bugsnax that make things go by really fast and fun. As you can tell, yeah, this is long, by the way. So we're filling the space. Yeah.
I was gonna say, since we have time, and we haven't mentioned this before, and I really want to mention this.
Sacrifice Philbo first.
In Snacksburg, you saw it a couple times already. There is a bathroom, and actually, the way the bathroom works is sometimes just their AI can just like have an emergency sometimes. They just run to the bathroom, and you can't talk to them. And it can be really annoying sometimes, but it's also really funny.
It's really fun.
Like in my casual playthrough, I just stand by the bathroom sometimes.
Yeah, and just see who shows up and at what pace of urgency.
Yeah.
There are even some Bugsnax, not Bugsnax, some Grumpuses who have a schedule. So, like for example, Beffica every day at noon will go to the bathroom. That's what she does.
And the noise was just Chandler.
She has a ritual.
That's
so.
a relief.
It's just, it's so quirky and fun. If you're not familiar with the developer, by the way, which is Young Horses, they are the developer of not only this game, but of Octodad. So, you know, they make very fun, quirky, and unique indie games. And I just love them. They're great.
If anybody's queen around here, it's me.
You know,
The
the
bathroom is just
desert
so
grumps
funny.
have
Yeah.
a history of matriarchal
Hopefully we see
leadership.
someone
Real
in the bathroom
fascinating
later.
system
Just
they
running
have.
through, yeah.
Every year,
Yeah, just
the
like running
ladies
through
would go
all of
hunting, and
town.
the one to bring home the
Whenever
biggest
I like
Bugsnax
think
was
about
the
it,
new
it's always
head
like Bilbo.
honcho.
The way he's like runs to the bathroom, it's so funny.
Bilbo usually has some emergencies, yeah. Okay, here we go. We finally got through the cutscene. We filled all the space. That is the longest one. And the other ones are still long, don't get me wrong, but that is the longest one. All right, so here we are in this new section. I'm just gonna focus on this a little bit because it requires a little bit of attention. All right, so, and then I can kind of, let me throw the trap. There we go. Where'd it go? There you are. That's fine, that one's gonna fly away, but I only needed 2 out of the 3. No, I could have caught that actually. I should have went for that one.
Also, we got a new sauce here too, right?
Here, do we get a new sauce? I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think. I think
No,
we
I don't
do,
think
but I'm
so.
not sure.
Not here. It's got no, because we would have gotten hot sauce in Scorch Gorge, but I don't think there's any new sauce here. I think it's just chocolate.
Oh, I was
You got
I-
it. Who?
I'm trying to think. I don't think there's
I may have gotten chocolate and peanut butter confused. I may be a little bit cringe today.
chocolate and peanut butter. Peanut butter's in. We get that in Peak. That's the first one that we get. The last of the sauces we get actually is peanut butter.
Oh, he did. What is your? I propose a text.
But yeah, so we did some
my
interesting
newest
things there.
invention,
So I
the
threw down a
snack grabber.
launch pad
I built it
in the
so that I
path
could help
of a
Chandler
cookie
with
that was
his
running around, and then I
basketball
launched it at a honeybee. We need both of those, but based off of the characteristics of both, the cookie runs fast and the honeybee is sticky. So I flung the cookie at the honeybee because I need both, and then it made it so that they stuck together, so caught them both at once. I needed another honeybee, which is great because they're kind of a more aggressive bug snack, which so whenever one of them is affected, they all kind of like dive bomb you. So that's why I just waited for another one to dive bomb me and I caught it. And then we needed to get some Snails. We need to get 3 total, so I'm actually going to set up here for a third one in a second. I'm just going to get through this quest first. Oops, I was standing on it, so that ruined it. There we go. Now we're gonna launch it and then talk to Chandler.
Just super launch yourself for it.
Yeah, easy. Feed him one of these. Yeah, so we just get a lot done. Oh my gosh! All right, I thought I was gonna fling myself off the edge there.
I thought you were going on.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, just get a bunch of quests done there at once. We have to return this basketballs. It intends for you to shoot them in the hoop because that's obviously more fun, but all you have to do is make sure they're in the bottom of the barrel, so you don't have to get them through the hoop, which is good.
Which is arguably funnier, honestly.
Yeah, because if it had to depend on my basketball skills, we might be in trouble.
Whoa. Yeah, I can't hunt him. You got it.
We were actually messing around with it earlier. We were using the launch pad to put the balls in the hoop.
Yep, and then
It's really funny.
and then super launch ourselves through the hoop, which I was able to do a couple times, which is good. I was surprised at myself. All right, so yeah. By the way, this is Chandler and Snorpy. We didn't talk about them really, but you can talk about them if you want a little bit. Oops, not yet.
I love Chandler. Chandler's my beloved. He's like a a swole bro, a gym bro, if you will, and he's a bit of a gay, and he's a bit of the just his personality is just immaculate. He's the best character in the game. I'm not sorry. You guys can fight about it in the chat. He's just. I love him, and also Snorpy is there too. Snorpy is a engineer, I think, and he just makes some traps and stuff, like the tripwire and the grabby hook thing. I can't think of what it's called.
Yeah, the snack grappler.
Yeah, and yeah, you have to do quests for both of them. They both come back. I don't think you have to backtrack for them.
No, you don't. But you can, and you clear them both at once, so you get a little 2-for-1 special. I also had something very interesting happen, which has only happened to me a couple times, which is that the Charmallow escaped my trap. I don't know how it did that, but didn't have to wait too long because we had to get the other, we had to get these Bopsicles anyway for Cromdo later on. So it cost us a little time, but not much.
Also, something a little bit interesting also is Snorpy believes in some Grumpinati conspiracy theories, which may or may not be true. I don't want to talk about that. But,
Yeah, play the game casually if you want to have your ideas on if the Grumpinati is real or not.
Yeah, he does have some quests about it also, which is very cool.
Also, I just drank some water, but it splashed in my face. It's on my glasses a little bit.
Just drink your glasses.
It's just turned into a semi-blindfolded run.
Hey, not for free. Not for free.
Yeah, yeah.
Donate.
Yeah. If you want, yeah, I don't think I could do that on short notice. I think I would be in trouble if I tried to blindfold this without having ever practiced it.
I know someone attempted it at one point, and my respect for that is immeasurable. I would never be able to do it.
Yeah, it's a lot. I can't even imagine. By the way, we're getting our beloved Cromdo here to come back. Needed some Bopsicles for feet, of course. Who doesn't? Yeah, gotta cool off.
We've all been there.
And then if you can pause just in time, you actually skip a cutscene as well, which is good. Or well, not a cutscene, a dialogue sequence with Cromdo, basically. we're gonna intentionally walk. So Wambus and Trifnir are right there, but I'm gonna intentionally walk around them because I don't want to trigger their cutscene yet. Because if I trigger it later, then I can do it when it's a little bit more advantageous, and I need to talk to Wambus anyway when I come from that area.
We saw something real
So I leave it a little bit on purpose.
town.
I thought it was a grumpus at first, but like something about it
I'm
was
trying to see if I can scan these, but it doesn't look that way. I can get the spade at least, and
I thought you had it too.
Was it perhaps holding
yeah, it
some
looked
sort of
pretty
ceremonial
good.
dagger?
It looked pretty good. It's a little
no.
tough. So we're in the third of 4 parties, by the way. This one, it has us figure basically parts of the island have been vandalized here. You can see where it says no more Bugsnax on the sign there, and there's some spades. So basically, we have to scan a bunch of clues. There's 6 clues. If you line yourself up really carefully, you can get these footprint clues that are right behind Gramble's head.
I don't lie for a living.
And you can scan as many as 4 out of 6 of the clues before you even gain control of movement, because I can't move right now beyond using my camera. But you can definitely usually get 3, and if you line up really poorly, you can only get 2. So I got 3. Good enough.
Get some grump and
Fairly
sleep,
average.
Gramble.
Yeah, pretty average. You have to come in at like
Quite literally
exactly,
middle of the road.
yeah, quite literally. You have to come in at like a really precise angle so that Gramble is just past enough from your perspective.
Maybe then
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be
finally
able to
let
hit
us
that
eat a
even when he
few
moves. I'll try it when he moves to
You say that again.
confront here. No, I don't think so.
Whoa,
ain't gonna work.
Hey, chill
That's
the
all right.
bump out, bros.
Yeah, they're slap
There's
fighting,
no
by the
need
way.
for all that. If what Gramble and Beth
I feel like
are
that's a
saying
little
is
bit unfair,
true,
'cause Gramble's
there's
like,
gotta
what,
be
like
some physical
3 feet
evidence
tall?
left behind.
Gramble is pretty short.
Indeed. We should
Wambus
sweep
is
the
like,
perimeter
what,
and
a good
keep
like
watching
6'2"?
Casey
Like that's
Creek
not
overturns.
fair.
Yeah,
Good idea.
Wambus is pretty built.
Buddy,
He
do
is
you
pretty
think we
built,
can
and he
scope out
has
the
those
restroom?
those farmer arms. So you
Find
can
out
see
what's
he's got
inside.
a little bit of muscle there. All right, so we got. Did I miss that? I think I missed that clue actually. I sure did, and now it's harder to get because Trifany's in the way. There we go.
You found
That was weird.
So you got 2.
well.
Yeah, I guess I got 2 in a way.
I reckon there's got to be some
All right,
other
no, but I got
explanation.
them all now, and now we're in another
We got a
cutscene
genuine
that lasts,
monster on our
3 or
force.
4 minutes. So if we have any more donations, if any incentives or things we want to plug for tomorrow, now is a good time, Arctic.
It's no animal.
Thank you very much. Yes, we've got plenty of things that we can plug about tomorrow. Again, everybody has been absolutely fantastic with your donations so far. Later on tonight, we are going to be seeing the East Memories of Cell Setup blindfolded New Game Plus showcase. And right now, we currently have tomorrow's incentives open right now. The first one being a Step Mania Slump Page Charts showcase. It is currently sitting at $108, and we just need to keep getting them going up. We will, of course, have more all the way through tomorrow as well as a few polls that you can put your character, you can put your donations towards. One of them being the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Character Choice Biz War. We have Roy Koopa and Donkey Kong, who are currently sitting at nothing, but with $5 to the name, it is the one, it is the only Waluigi, currently in the lead by $5, so we'll see if that stays that way. But again, I do want to let you all know we are raising money for Take this year. They are a mental health support charity for the gaming community. Their mission is to decrease the stigma and increase the support for mental health in the game enthusiast community and inside the gaming industry. Their vision is to make sure there is a game community that welcomes and supports people who are experiencing mental health challenges and recognizes the humanity and the mental health of all game creators. So please do keep your donations and that coming in. We're at a stonking total of $2,289.69.
I guess you're not wrong.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you very
we're
much.
all
Yeah,
staying in
very,
town
very
then?
good. Very solid
Seems like
Waluigi
it.
impression as well. I appreciate that.
We need everybody here.
I've been playing a lot of Mario
Still
Party
out there.
Superstars lately, and Waluigi has been my main. So
must
gotta
find-
Yo, we gotta play. We
Yeah.
gotta play. I'm a Yoshi man, but we gotta play at some point. I'm down.
I would absolutely. I'd love that for
Last
sure.
time
I've been
I
playing
saw
it
I feel left out
nonstop.
now.
Well, get the
can join
game.
too.
You get the game. You can join. Do you,
I don't know.
Forget about
get the game.
If she's not with Liz,
Yeah.
I'd rather grind Bugsnax.
Yeah.
I'm on that Sigma grind
What's to
set.
do?
Yeah.
I mean,
Welcome
fair
back,
enough.
party. How does that sound?
There's only one game, and it is Bugsnax.
Great. Now let's go get some.
All right.
Really,
Well,
though, it's such a good game.
Perfect timing, because we are now through the third party, by the way. I'm very intentionally, again, going to walk around Wambus and Triffany there. Hit some geometry there so I can hop back onto the bridge. Again, just preserving that cutscene for later on when I need to talk to Wambus and I'll be right in front of him as opposed to having to go and find him. It's going to be a little bit faster. So now you might be wondering, since Snaxburg is kind of like the hub world, right? It's like the main hub where all these other areas have branched off of with. But we have hit all of the other areas. We've gone in all the directions we can. So where do we go from here? Well, now our areas have areas past them, which are just basically extreme versions of those same areas. So Scorched Gorge is a little bit deserty, but Sizzling Sands here is very deserty. So
it's a massive desert.
Yeah, it's huge. It's wide open, and there's a lot going on here with the with these quests. If you want, since you know so much about these Shelda and Floopty quests, if you want to talk a little bit about that while I focus on doing them correctly.
Yeah, so it's a lot of like running around and like launching stuff for the most part. So, again, like with a lot of the routing in this game, it's just mass doing quests and then turning them in all at one time. You don't have to catch any Bugsnax for any of Shelda's quests. Oh.
Yep, come on.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Are you gonna...
There we go.
Yeah, so it's just, like, you know, like, put these guys out, you know, get some cheese for me so I can eat, you know, an alternate food source, you know, crack these eggs so I can make an omelet, stuff like that. Oh?
I need them right here anyway, so that's fine. I just need to get some sauce on this egg first. There we go. Good. That actually worked out okay.
Yeah, so Konception put sauce on the egg just so the buffalo locust, right? That's what that is up there?
Yeah.
Can see it, and because it's an aggressive Bugsnax, it would, you know, just mega target it and then crack the egg. And since it's on fire already, it'll crack the egg. We don't need the buffalo locust for anything in this run, but in all legendary Bugsnax, actually, we do need it. So we take a little bit longer getting in here just so we can catch it. Just a very small like route difference, but like it does not matter in like most of the runs.
Yeah, and you obviously you would need it in 100% as well because you need to catch all Bugsnax. But there's also an important quest that you need the buffalo locust for too, which is actually the same purpose that you need it for all legendary Bugsnax. Is to get one of the legendary Bugsnax fights unlocked by doing somebody's side quest. So yeah, it's a little bit more important here. This is the more is I can launch? Okay, this is a little bit more challenging of a thing, which is we have to leave this black Strabby through a maze. But we had a little bit of difficulty, but we got through it.
Yeah, so those are all of the quests. Since we don't have to catch anything, we can just kind of turn in everything and just be done with it. Something I didn't mention yet, though. A lot of the routing also revolves around not catching a bunch of stuff, because we only have 6 inventory slots in this run. In 100%, you can get more inventory slots by donating to the sanctuary, just so like the more Bugsnax you donate to the sanctuary, the more slots you have. But we don't need to do that here because it's slow. We don't need all the slots.
Yeah, you can expand it. You can expand it up to 18 slots, which is definitely useful in the 100% category, where we have to not only catch a bunch of Bugsnax, but hold on to a bunch that until like they become useful later on, basically. Because a lot of quests are catching specific, you know, Bugsnax and turning them into, you know, whoever needs them. So sometimes we'll want to catch them and then hold on to them for when we need that to turn in the quest.
You're so lucky. I spent like 5 minutes there one time just because I kept losing the 50-50. That's so bad. Yeah,
that was actually pretty good RNG. There's a lot, so that whole section is very RNG dependent. If you want to talk a little bit about what we need to get there, while I turn in all these quests here.
Yeah, so this section is we enter from the volcano. I couldn't remember the word volcano. And we get the noodler to basically just get put out because it picks up the Bobsicle? It's a bobsicle, right?
Yeah. Technically,
Yeah,
it's
and because
Palatos, but that's what it's called. It's like the variant of the Bobsicle.
Yeah, so it gets put out so we can catch it since we need that. And then we immediately leave because we don't need anything else in the volcano. You put up the tripwire and hook it up to like one of the ship posts things. And there is a banana, I forgot what it's called.
The red banopper.
Yeah, the banopper. And they can hop between the trees, and once it's on the right tree, you can either go to the back left tree or the forward left tree. And the moment it goes through the forward left tree, it will fall and we can catch it. And then while that's happening, we get the coconut and we open it up by putting it in the fire, and then we catch that. And hopefully we do everything fast enough so that the coconuts aren't mean and the banopper doesn't escape from being like stunned.
Yeah, there's so many RNG sequences at play there. One is that because the banopper can hop between 3 trees, you want it to hop between the 2 trees that you have the tripwire set up between, so you have to wait for that. Then you have the cocomites to open up, which you want them to preferably hop into your trap because they're an aggressive bug snack. So once they're out of that daze that they get from being on fire and then running into the water, you can't just throw a trap because they're too aggressive. They won't stay in. You have to like tripwire them to stun them and then catch them, so it wastes some time. All while there's another what's it called? What did I just call them? The bobsicle Palatos. There's another Palatos right there who can ruin any or all of that by just like running into your traps and stuff like that, and like knocking some Bugsnax out of the way and stuff like that. Yeah, so there's a lot at play there. You hope you get it all done fast, but a lot can go wrong. But that was pretty good. That actually was pretty good.
Yeah, I do like little weenie routing when I do that because I'm scared of the Palatos. Where after the banopper, I catch it. I use the tripwire again, so I can catch the coconut just because it could be so mean. Also mixed with the Palatos, so I just do a specific movement to make it not be mean to me.
Yeah.
And it costs a little bit of time, but it's honestly worth it to actually just continue the run.
Yeah, because if you get really bad RNG, it's going to be slower than even that route by a lot. Because then you're waiting on things. You'll have to lure the Palatos away, or otherwise like get it away from your traps, or it'll just keep running into the same trap over and over again, and then you can't catch anything. So it's there's a lot going on there. Right now we're doing.
But that's pretty clean.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Honestly, it wasn't. I actually got helped by the Palatos, which is very rare. Which is that they stunned one of the coconuts for me. So you don't usually get help from the Palatos. They usually just mess you up. So that was good. Right now we are doing a series of interviews. Again, we are a journalist here trying to solve some stuff. There are a few interviews that we have to do to get clues that are required for us to move on. We can't move on without them.
It's a mad.
Which, sounds like 100%, or you have a set second of like 15 minutes where we just talk to people.
Yeah, and 100%. There's a lot. Not only do you have to interview everyone, you have to do everyone's side quest. You have to get all the clues. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do. But we have to do 4 interviews here to get specific clues to unlock the last section of this area, which is in an area called Frosty Peak. We got all the required clues though, so now we can move on.
Yeah, so now we're going up to Peak, and I heard you're gonna be doing swag here. Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, I have no chance of PBing, so I might as well. So it is unlocked already, so that means I'm not skipping anything. But what I'm gonna do is, I'll trigger this cutscene to get it out of the way. In any percent, we go and get into this loading zone early by doing this, which is to hop up here and then around. Now the gate is unlocked. I could have just walked through it, but I wanted to show off that little trick for you a little bit, because why not?
I definitely didn't bully him before the run.
Yeah. So you got to see a little bit of what is a skip, but not since we're still in the no major skips territory, because I already did everything to unlock it anyway. So did that just for you, gang. Hope you all enjoy that.
Oh, a minor skip, if you will.
Yeah.
Ah, it's no.
Also, hello, Eggabell, my beloved.
Yeah.
You just go and
I did the very slow dialogue there. The Eggabell's dialogue is the hardest to do fast in the game because you have to hit very specific ones in order to get it done as fast as possible. And I did basically the slowest way possible, but that's all right. Because it's not just like, mash through the top choice until you get to where you need to be. That's actually not the fastest way. It's like hit the second one, then the third one, and then the third one, and then the second one, and then you'll be good. But in the meantime, we have to wait for Eggabell to run all the way to this door, which is actually leads us to like one of the final areas of the game. But we catch a few Bugsnax because she's going to require them for a quest coming up here.
almost. Oh my.
Basically, there are 6 totems that surround this door in order for us to open it. And Eggabell's like, all right, we'll get half and I'll get the other half. And we basically just grab the 3 fastest ones that we can get when we enter this area in order to get the, put in for our 3 totems. We mentioned it near the top. Oh, hi, Eggabell. We mentioned it near the top. We mentioned it near the top. Eggabell is Lizbert's partner, so obviously she is more inclined than most to try and find out where Lizbert went to, and she believes that Lizbert is through this door. So we throughout the game, obviously we'd be collecting a bunch of clues, just playing it casually. I collected the bare minimum amount of clues in order for us to progress through what we need to get through the door, basically. But we need to get a third person to help because there are 3 pads there that we need to use to unlock the door. So naturally, we're heading back to town. We're gonna talk to the one and only good boy, Philbo.
He has such golden retriever energy, and I just realized that after you said good boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big golden retriever energy for sure. Just so loyal, so friendly. But we are, believe it or not, we're getting close to the end of this run already. Pretty close.
It's so good to see
So,
So-
when you're going fast.
I can't believe you've
when
been
you're
up
going
here all
fast.
this time. You're so.
So we're entering. This is at least according to my timer. I don't know, it might be different on your screen, but I'm at about the 50-minute, 40-second mark of the run. All of this whole entire section can be done in about 5.5 minutes or so if you're doing the any percent category, because we just skip into all of the loading zones early, and that big door here where we have to collect all the clues in order to get through, we can actually clip through this door, and then it gets us to basically what is the end game sequence of the run. So if you're interested in that, it's actually, it sounds intimidating because it's like, all right, enter all these loading zones early, clip through a door. It sounds like there's a lot of like hard tricks involved. They're actually pretty friendly. It's one of those games that it's pretty easy to learn but hard to master, because you just want to get these tricks like consistently and fast based off the setups. But it's really easy for anyone to jump in and learn this the any percent run, and then no major skips. It's all just about, you want to see more Bugsnax, you want to see more areas, so expand the horizons in that way.
Don't be.
Yeah, I definitely got into the game just because I'm friends with Konception already, and he started running this, and I was like, oh, this game is sick. I love this game already, but like this run is so cool, and I was like, I should get into it because he's talking about Bugsnax bingo, and I'm like, I should learn the tricks so I can do Bugsnax bingo. Yeah, that's another. I'm glad you mentioned that because that's another thing we've developed relatively lately to make it a little bit more interesting, which is some bingo boards. And the reason why you'd want to learn some tricks for that is so that you can unlock all of the areas as fast as possible, and then you can just kind of bop around and do whatever it is that your bingo card tells you to do. But like I said, those tricks are not that hard to execute. They can be difficult to execute really fast and consistently, but anyone can really do it. I think they're not too difficult. Yeah, this is definitely like a fun game to just do with your friends, like in a VC. Like if you have like a friends Discord, what would it even be called? I don't know, like sex havers or something.
Yeah,
you have a bunch of friends in there who enjoy Bugsnax. Just do bingo with them.
Yeah, just have a good time.
That was a multi-layered joke.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I understand.
Okay, so we are in the 4th party now, which is probably the most fun to do. Basically, on its surface, what you need to do is you need to get everyone to dance, and they all have different qualifiers that will make them dance. For example, Shelda here on the right will only dance when that orb over her head is cracked open and the streamers fall on her. So while the cutscene was triggering, I had a cup locked and loaded so that it would trigger the throw for it while the cutscene was playing. So that made that fast. Then we can then use that same cup, for example, over here to Wambus, who just needs a little bit of liquid courage to go apologize to Gramble for all of the back and forth that they've been doing. They have some tension, those two.
No, but
And then Wiggle wants a drink as well, so that's why I took a second cup and just threw it in this general direction when I was near the table so I could grab it later on. So just a bunch of fun stuff. They all have unique qualifiers.
You'll interrupt rhythmic.
You know, Floofty, who is a like experimental scientist kind of mind, they don't see like purpose to dancing. And then, you know, we talked to Triffany over here, who is obviously an archaeologist, so, you know, she studies more about, like, culture and stuff. So she kind of talks about, like, the cultural significance of dancing and why it's important, and then Floofty is bought in. Oops, I forgot to talk to Cromdo. There you go. And then last but not least, our two boys here. They just needed to solidify where they were in their relationship. Talk to each other, you know, when it comes to love, communication is very important. So they just needed to talk to each other and realize that they are good, and now everyone's dancing and having a good time. What could go wrong?
A very like adorable sequence where
We did it, buddy.
where I don't remember which one, but one of them is like,
again.
yeah, are we like in a relationship or like what? And then the other one's like, we've been dating for like 2 years, buddy.
Knowing Agabella's out
Yeah,
there,
it's actually so Snorpy, the engineer one. He's the one that's overthinking. He's like, I don't know where we stand. Like, does Chandler like me or anything like that? And then Chandler's just like, bro, we've been dating for 3 years. What do you mean? I love you.
Right? So
And it's just nice, wholesome content. It's very good.
What?
Our end is nigh.
Is that a
And this is
metaphor
where
or-
things really take a turn, obviously. Everything seems
It's a
good.
survival horror game.
Yeah, a little bit of survival. So now the island
you okay,
is
buddy?
collapsing. We got everybody, as you can see, everybody's in town.
I know
Everybody's
this
here.
looks bad, but
We got everybody
as
back,
long as
but
we
we're still
keep
missing
calm,
Lisbeth. We still don't know where she is.
doom
And then all of a sudden, yeah, her doom approaches. All of a sudden, the island's collapsing. There's earthquakes. I don't know if you can see it from us. No, you can't. There's a volcano back here that's like starting to erupt and stuff like that. Everything's falling apart. So we need to get Lisbeth. We need to get out of here. We got to figure out where she is. So
That's the one we were in earlier, the volcano.
the volcano we were in earlier.
That's right.
Yep, that's very
we're
true.
gonna die because the volcano's going off.
Yeah.
That's right. Wait,
So
what?
we do have a little bit more cutscene here while they figure out their plan. So Argic, if we have any donations, plugs, incentives, anything else that we want to talk about, this will probably be one of the last times before the end of the run, I think.
My barn collapsed.
Thank you very
All my
much.
little ones
We
are
don't have anything
safe.
else coming in at the moment, but I do just want to let you all know that once again, we do have that Step Mania Slum Page Charts Showcase coming in here. And of course, I also want to let you let you know a little bit more about Take This, the charity here. They were founded in 2012, and it was the first mental health organization of its kind back in the gaming industry. Their mission is to decrease the stigma and increase support for mental health in the game enthusiast community and inside the game industry itself. They have a number of key programs. One of them are the AFK rooms and AFK online at both in-person and virtual conventions. It's a staffed mental health space that they started back in 2014. They also do workshops, training, and consulting services focused on mental health literacy, maintaining good boundaries, and supporting employees through tough times. If you want to support the charity, please do have a look at the Tiltify page there and have a look at our incentives and our polls that we have available. And now back to the Bugsnax.
Thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. Can't stress enough how important of a cause that is. As somebody who is also both a games enthusiast and works in the video game industry, yeah, it's such a great resource. So I was very happy, very lucky to be a part of this. Big shout outs to Amber and everybody on the crew who has put this together and made it so successful as it has been already, and I'm sure we'll just continue to be even more successful through tomorrow. So big shout outs to everybody who has been a part of it, both in front and behind the
I'm
scenes.
sick of being in the dark for one. I want to know what's out there.
No worries,
Still got a little
Dad.
bit of cutscene
I'll
left.
build a
Let me
couple
see if I can
bonfires.
approximate.
Maybe a
Probably about
watchtower.
30 seconds. But I promise, this is the last party. It's only action from this
But
point
what do we
forward.
do
So,
when the queen comes to devour
yeah,
us?
that's
How much run do we have left?
how much run. So, I would say
Practical threats. You know, the
if I had to
earthquakes,
guess
the
about 12 to
volcanoes,
13
and what
minutes.
have ya. Simple. We
That's
find a way
not
to stop
much.
the
Yeah.
That's not a lot of time to get
devices.
donations in if you want to read this run.
Yeah, if you want to be read this run, if you want, oop, never done that before. If you want to read, if you want the bunger, the bunger sound effects or Bugsnax sound effects too, you want those heard? Yeah, that's an unofficial incentive that's open for this run
Let's
only.
get to it then.
Bramble
Yeah, time is flying.
Yep.
And tonight, time's gonna be falling just to daylight saving time.
Wow, what a tie-in.
Nah, we got you beat. We speedrunners got you beat. Like over in Europe here, we did that last week.
Oh man, we'll have to take second
Yep.
place on the leaderboard for sure.
After we get Lidsbird, are you two gonna come back to town?
Actually,
I
earlier
know.
today,
I like sleeping
if you guys
on
were here
freezing
for
cold
Wipeout,
rocks.
I was talking to Realm earlier,
Sure lives
and
in bed.
we're like
It'll be ready.
way closer than in time than we should be, because it doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
You know, we're only like 7 hours apart now. And it's very weird.
Yeah.
Used to being 9 hours apart or something.
Do you need a
Mhm.
break?
8.
How about
I know
water?
how to count, I
Let
swear.
me check your vitals.
Yeah, time
no,
zones are
I'm okay.
very, very
Besides,
strange. That's for sure.
Almost there. Right?
Yeah, I actually got back
But
from
in the
a
future,
vacation
you
in
could
Hawaii
still do
where
some
it is I believe it's a
exercise.
5 or
Just
6
hang
hour
out
difference to
Jello.
where I live normally. And as somebody who ends up staying up too late and then sleeping too late a lot, it actually put me on a normal-ish sleep schedule while I was in Hawaii. But then I got back and back at it, unfortunately. Back at it to staying up late and sleeping too late.
All right, we're here.
It was actually really funny because
Get this thing open.
when I was
Check it
there,
out.
Turns
my
out
sleep
to look the
schedule
order
wasn't that
backwards.
bad.
I guess even the great
I live in
Elizabeth
Pacific time,
Megafig
right?
can
So
still make mistakes.
I went back. It was 3 hours. I would wake up at
Nobody's
6 or
nervous,
7 in the
right?
morning, and I'm like, it's a little bit
Okay,
too
I'm
early to
ready when
do
you are.
anything.
Yep.
Come on.
But at least the sunrises are nice there.
Yes, very nice. And we are now in the end game portion of the run, by the way.
Oh yes, the place with the most skips of all time. Bugsnax.
Yeah. The reason why we say it that way is because from this point forward, no run that you do, and it doesn't matter the category, they are all the same from this point forward. One reason that is that you might have noticed it as well earlier when I talked to Philbo right before the last party. The game actually gives you a very clear, this is a point of no return. If you pass on this point, you can't go into other areas and catch Bugsnax and stuff like that. So do everything you want to do before you enter the in-game part. So that's one reason. But the other reason is that we cannot for the life of us find any skips in these end sections, in this undersnack section and the next section, which we call the gauntlet. Through using dev tools and things like that, we have found out that the entirety of this area is surrounded by a loading zone. So if we can clip through a floor or a wall and fall through somewhere, we could skip this whole segment, which would save 2 minutes probably. But the downside of that is that we don't have our tools. We don't have the ability to run. And it's a lot of very smooth walls as well. It's not like there's a lot of sharp corners or weird things that you can use to clip or use collision to your advantage or whatever. So we're working on it. We always try to figure something out, but we cannot seem to figure it out.
Yeah, at least with the door skip, we use the tripwire thing, and it has a smooth surface. So we can create an angle for us to clip in. We don't have that here, so we can't really create an angle for us to clip through a wall.
Yep. So yeah, if anyone out there is really into finding glitches and skips in games and wants a new challenge, feel free to pick this up, because we'd love to see if we could find a way to skip this, because it's a lot of mashing. Especially in the any percent category, which has this obviously still in existence. You spend the first five minutes or so doing all of the tricks in the run, just to sit here and then mash for a little while longer. So it would save some time if we could get that going.
as of 26 seconds ago, there's a bounty. The bounty is you'll get a pat in the back from me if you find something, and maybe like $1 in PayPal.
Okay.
So I feel like that's pretty convincing.
Yeah, I think that's pretty convincing, especially considering like you know, who knows where they'll be from. So like a pat on the back, you might have to travel somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I got one little time save there, which is to hop on a very narrow pole and then parkour across the treetops to get to that area, as opposed to falling down and then taking the bridge. Probably saves like 2 seconds, I'd say.
I was practicing that one time, and I got the pole and I got onto the trees and I missed the last jump.
Oh no, just fell right off the tree. Yeah, usually once you're on the trees, you're safe, but I guess not if you're Ness underscored.
I just soiled it completely because I wasn't looking.
Yeah. And here we are in the Gauntlet, by the way, which is basically a series of 6 mini games that use the same tools that we've been using through the game, except now that the tools are modified. For example, we're using the snack trap here, but it's now the snack chop. So instead of trapping the Bugsnax, you are chopping them up. And I won't spoil why it is that you want to do that now. But yeah, play the game casually, and you'll understand why all of a sudden maybe the Bugsnax aren't as good as you originally thought, despite being, you know, very cute and adorable.
And they have big old googly eyes.
Here we have our what was our grappler, now equipped with a giant boxing glove. Ooh, no,
They'll just have a giant boxing glove laying around.
Floofty probably does. Floofty's got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That one was alright. Hit that one. Ooh, that bounce was terrible. There we go. So we take an interesting strategy for that one. So by design, what you're meant to do with that boxing glove is that you're meant to stand where Shelda and Floofty are and basically hit forward. So for example, when those donuts were spawning, as opposed to hitting them from the side, which I was able to knock them both out with 1 punch, I'd stand forward and have to knock them each individually out with 1 punch. But we save time by hitting them from the side. Then the second phase has a bunch of these Bugsnax pop out from the ground in the river. And then, you know, once they pop up, you're meant to punch them in the air. But if you time it out really well, you can punch it down at their spawn point and punch them as they're spawning. So it saves a bunch of time there. And then finally, you have the Picantuses come and try to mess you up, which are, Picantus is a Bugsnax that has mini Bugsnax inside of it. So it's like, it's a Bugsnax made of 3 other Bugsnax, basically. So what you're meant to do is you're meant to punch one, and then it explodes into 3 more Bugsnax, and then you punch those 3 Bugsnax. But what we do instead is, instead of attacking them from forward, we attack them from behind, and then we hit them towards Shelda and Floofty. Because if you hit them towards them, and especially if you hit them at like just the right area angle, they can swallow the Bugsnax whole and save us a bunch of time. Or even if they do explode, which is most common, it's very rare that they swallow Picantus whole, but much more common that they break, then they can swallow a bunch of pieces while you clean up the other ones, which is what I had to deal with there. So that one's very unique. The Chanlo and Snorpy one we just did has no tech to it at all. You can't actually speed it up or slow it down in any way beyond making sure you hit the last wave as fast as you can. And then I'm going to focus on barrels if you want to talk about this a little bit.
Yeah, so just like the Sheldon 51, we try and use as little inputs as possible here, basically, just so we can get each one at the same time. And it does save a bit of time, but they all kind of come out at a similar interval. But for the most part, it still saves a bit of time, just a wee bit of time each time. I am personally really bad at this one, just because aiming at specific parts on the floor is really just difficult sometimes.
Yeah, I messed this up too. Something weird happened there. Either I forgot to place it, or I don't know exactly what went wrong. But yeah, so this is what happens when you have to struggle a little bit. You have to just kind of figure it out there. All right, there we go. Messed up that way, but that should be fine. And then there we go. It's been a while since I messed up barrels.
I always mess up the purple ones. I forget what they're called.
Grape Skitos.
Yeah, I always mess up the grape Skitos. I cannot do them.
Yeah, so that section is actually way trickier than it looks like it would be. So like as from a casual perspective, it's very easy because you can actually just like homing target each Bugsnax individually, but then you have to throw 3 barrels in a wave instead of 1. So that wastes a bunch of time. So we very precisely in terms of location, but also in terms of timing, we'll throw barrels so that all the entire wave will clear at once. And we can do every wave in 1 shot besides the last wave, which has 5 Bugsnax in it, so you can do it in 2 shots. Yeah, and for some reason, either with my placement got messed up or I forgot to move the cursor or something. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD to see what I did.
I think you forgot to move the cursor.
Yeah, that seems likely. I forgot to set up a wave while I was thinking about another wave and just messed it up slightly, so I had to struggle a little bit. But ultimately, doesn't waste a ton of time. Yeah, not a ton of time at all. Maybe a few seconds.
For the rest of this, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, we got a spiked buggy ball, so we're just running over some Bugsnax here. The spawns are the same every time too, so I know exactly where they're going to be. It's not a surprise. But yeah, not a surprise to me.
The goal with these ones is just to make the Grumpuses not eat the Bugsnax. And like if they eat too many and they get fully transformed, they will not make it to the ship. I will say that much.
Yeah.
And it is very not happy. I'll say that much.
However, if you are a completionist, if you 100% the game and finish any character's individual like side quests, they are immune from being able to succumb to the Bugsnax at the end. So when we do a 100% run, for example, it doesn't really matter what. I mean, we still do the strats because it's faster to do them that way. But like if some got through for whatever reason, that I would not be in danger of losing anybody. So,
and even if you did lose somebody, still not like
doesn't like invalidate the run or anything.
Like if you do a bad ending in this game, it's slower even.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
Yeah, it's one of the only games that I can think of that does that. Usually bad endings are faster because it means that you don't take the hero's way out or do some extra side quests or something. But this game, when you're the hero, it's faster, so that's good. I'm on board with that.
Okay.
All right, and that is the gauntlet there. We're
almost done with the game.
Yeah, we're almost done with the game, indeed. I would say we probably, throughout that gauntlet, probably lost about 15-ish seconds, I think, total. So not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. For reference, the console world record is a 1:10:31. Yep. And then it looks like we're probably gonna finish this at maybe a 1:12 flat. So not too bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty good run.
Maybe a little. Maybe I'll like a slightly beyond. I'll tell you in a second after I split here. But yeah, time is coming up very soon. We just have one little small segment to do, which is basically just running and mashing.
Well, technically 2 small segments.
Oh yeah, sure. One segment of running and then 1 segment of mashing. Well, running and mashing in this segment, I guess. Yeah, we're almost done. That's the point.
I know it's slower, but in this section I always pick up a shell, so it just like throws it at Philo.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, that's another common thing that Bugsnax runners do, actually. You're not alone in doing that.
I know.
It's so funny.
Great.
All right, so mash through here and come up here. We get into this cutscene, which actually is with our journalist boss, and it's us getting fired. You don't meet this journalist boss because we skipped the cutscene at the beginning, but time is coming up. Just gotta mash through this. And time.
GG.
Yeah, 1:12:03 on my end is what I got. So not a bad run at all. Not a bad run at all. Mainly just those pop ticks really messed us up, and then there was just like tiny things throughout. So very, very good. Just a couple shout outs before I move on to some of the final runs of the evening. Like I was saying during the run, this run in particular is easy to pick up, or Bugsnax speedrunning as a whole is very easy to pick up as well. So if you're interested, you can go to the bugsnaxspeedrun.com page. We have links to our Discord there. We're all very, very, very friendly and very willing to help out new runners. So do not hesitate to ask any questions. But we do, of course, have guides and notes and stuff. We also have, there's actually also a Bugsnax speedrunning subreddit. You can post your clips and stuff there if you're interested. Yeah, if you like Bugsnax speedrunning or Pokemon speedrunning, which I do, or just other unique little gems or awful games or something like that, my channel is twitch.tv/ConceptionSR. And if you happen to run any awful or silly games, I do run a show on the GDQ Hotfix called Awfully Silly, where I feature games that would be normally in a mainline GDQ event's awful or silly block, and I make a show out of those. So I have pinned on my Twitter account, which is also ConceptionSR. I have a forum. Feel free to fill that out, and I'll take a look and see if we can get you in a show. Anything to plug for you, Ness?
Shoutouts to Bugsnax. I love this game. Buy it. Actually, I don't know if this is still a thing on the Epic Game Store, but there was a $10 coupon that they had, I think, for just like enabling like email notifications. So I ended up buying the game for what, like $15, which is 10 off the $25 that it usually is. And even for $25, it's super worth it. There's an expansion coming out very soon.
Yep.
Buy the game. Follow me on Twitch, but that's like the third time I said that this marathon. I don't have to say it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been popular. But yeah,
that's it for me, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, that's a good thing to point out as well, is that there is an expansion coming out of this early 2022. It is free as well. It's not paid DLC, free DLC. A bunch of new Bugsnax coming out, new areas, new giant Bugsnax and stuff. Probably will add some categories or make the existing categories more interesting. And if you want to do Epic Game Store, it is coming out on Steam, probably roughly around that same time, if I had to guess, because they said early 2022 for that as well. So, yeah, other than that, thank you so much for everyone who has been running this event. Headspace for Headspace has been super enjoyable for me so far. Thank you to Amber, and thank you to everyone who's been working behind the scenes to make it happen. And thank you for having me. That's all I got.
And there we go. Thank you very much for the run there. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick intermission here, and we're going to set ourselves up for our next run. It is East Memories of Salsetta by Ghost Kumo. We'll be right back.